Shalom and welcome to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. This is Meditation and Mindfulness with Rabbi Adam Kligfeld.
Hello, everybody who might be watching on Facebook. It's a little bit later than we normally do it, but we're here to do some pre-Shabbat meditation and get ourselves into a mode of appreciating every breath and appreciating this day and this moment. And this meditation will be slightly more lighthearted than some of the ones that I normally lead as we are entering into the week of Purim and dealing with the whimsical aspects of the holiday and how the Purim's use of the mask is very different than the COVID use of the mask. The COVID use of the mask is to save lives. Purim's use of the mask is to obscure things, almost like you're in a house of mirrors and you're not sure what you're looking at when you're seeing it, to put a smile on your face and to recognize that things are sometimes topsy-turvy. So I'm going to play with that a little bit in a meditative mode. I hope you'll still experience it as meditative, but it'll be slightly more whimsical than usual. So without any further ado, I'd like to ask you to close your eyes. And whether you're inside or outside, whether you are shouldered or sheltered from external sounds, or whether they're birds or cars or wind rustling or someone in the next room, there's no such thing as a truly impervious to sound space. You can still go deep inside yourself with breath, with a return to your body, with a feeling of you descending, falling heavily and wonderfully into the earth itself. It's this wonderful feeling of simultaneously being light as air, floating, soaring, hovering above your body. And also your body itself feeling heavy and corporeal, and you're being more aware of it than you normally are. If you haven't yet, you can put your feet flat on the ground in front of you, keeping your spine straight, holding up all the rest of your limbs and sinews. And put your hands perhaps on your legs, palms down, so that you are even in this position embracing yourself. And let's start with 5 deep breaths in through the nose and deep breaths out through the mouth, with the in-breath being slightly shorter than the out-breath, so that even the act of breathing is an act of generosity. We give a little more out to the world than we take in. You can count in your head. And whether you got to 5 counts, or you went past it, or you were not there yet, or you lost count, I invite you to keep that deep rhythmic breathing, but foregoing the counting for now. And I want you to imagine that you're in a room or in some space. It could be outdoors too. Don't work too hard on trying to imagine something. Just let it come to you. You see in your mind's eye, you in the center of something. And you notice that in this circle surrounding you, there are nearly a limitless number of mirrors. And for a reason you can't explain, you start walking towards one of them. It could have been the one to its left or right, but you're drawn to this one. And as you approach the mirror, you expect to see in the reflection what you always see in a mirror, which is you. And you know what you look like. And yet, as you approach this particular mirror and look into it, staring back at you is not you. Certainly not you as you look right now. Staring back at you is another. Something you did not expect to see, and you don't know why. It's you in a costume, perhaps. You as someone else entirely. You younger than you are right now. You older than you are right now. You, but in a different era. Or not even you at all. And without investigating why you are seeing what you are seeing, because you don't know why your mind put it there, and you couldn't have prepared for it because you did not know you'd be in this meditative mode, just observe the observation. Observe you looking at you and yet not seeing you. What does it feel like to observe that looking into a mask that makes you so different than what you know yourself to be? Is it disturbing? Is it exciting? Is it unnerving? Does it make you laugh? And what does it say, perhaps, about your mind and the different ways you see yourself? That when you look in this mirror, this is what you see. This is who you are. Is it what you wish for? Is it what you miss? Is it a shadow that you are glad cannot be seen by all? Is it a piece of you you wish were seen by all? And for a few more moments, you look into that mirror. Perhaps the image is changing. And then your other you looks at you looking into that mirror until the scene begins to fade. and you are back to being you in your chair, in your home, outdoors, claiming this meditative moment for all that it can mean to you. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And I invite you to say along with me this closing prayer that we're going to say together. I'm going to put it up onto the screen. Give me 1 second. We say this prayer 3 times, and you can say it out loud where you are. May we and all beings have happiness in the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering in the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness in the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness in the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. And may we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. I say to you on Zoom and to you on Facebook, Namaste, and Shalom, and Shabbat Shalom, and I hope to see you soon.
You have been listening to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. If you enjoy these podcasts, we invite you to write a review on the Apple Podcast site or wherever you get your podcasts. For more information about Temple Beth Am Los Angeles, go to tbala.org.